Well, good evening. It's not a Saturday, it's just an evening night. Well, it's been a few days since the last time I recorded anything. I had to wait for some parts. So I got some bushings. I bought some bushings from Energy Solutions, and I bought some new 8-degree shims from Summit. And I've been working on these things, trying to make them better. So let me show you what I've been doing. Okay, I got a fan and the air compressor on, so hopefully the audio works. First thing I'm going to do is try to get this centerpiece out. Now I'm just going to drill holes in this rubber all around to try to eliminate as much rubber as I can. And then I just went to Harbor Freight and bought a air chisel, and then we'll work on it with that. Okay, I've never used an air chisel. Let's see what she does. We'll put a little penetrating oil in there, see if it gets down in there. PV blaster.
It's out.
Okay, it's out. One down, one to go. Well, on this spring anyway. Okay, let's see what this one does. We'll stay with this bit for a minute. Maybe not. Don't bend the bit, or don't hit the ground either.
Yeah, never mind. It's almost. It is out, isn't it?
Get that big block and put the block underneath there.
It's out.
Grab that big block, because I gotta get this other piece out too.
What other piece?
This shaft, this piece.
Oh. It's out.
Okay, that one's out. I gotta clean up this edge. Since I chipped up that edge a little bit, I'll clean that up and make it look like new. Cleaning it up nicely, just this edge. Oh yeah, one little burr right there. Alrighty, I wire wheeled this whole spring package. I put Corasil on it. I don't know how you pronounce it, Corasil, I think. And then I spray painted it. So this thing's been drying for like a week, and so it's nice and dry. I've got some new polyurethane bushings to put in here. So what I'm going to try to do tonight is put these bushings in, and I've got new bolts and everything, and I'm going to put the leaf spring back in. I'm going to bolt it up in to the axle. I'm going to put the shims in and get this side done. Ooh, notice how it pulls the focus away. Get this side done, and then maybe take off the other side and tear that all apart. Alrighty, here's my setup on the ground here. Guess we gotta put some looby-doob on here. So if you notice, I'm replacing the bushing, the big main bushings on the back and on the front. I've inspected these two. I can replace them. I could have bought a kit that had all of them, but those are still look like in really good shape. So I didn't pull them out. Okay, from what they say, grease this all up. This special grease. I don't know what's so special about it, but it's Formula 5. Must be special. Goes in there nicely. Okay, and then the sleeve, this bolt sleeve. Before I dip that in there, let's check. Okay. Remember the other one was all wallowed out? Oh, this one's a super tight fit. There is not going to be any wobble at all. So we made the right call by replacing these, even though it was a ton of work. But isn't everything on this thing? Okay, let's throw that in there. If you have any extra, it appears to me that it gets rubbed off. Ugh. Okay, we'll pound that in as soon as my fingers are no longer greasy. And we'll put this one in. Okay, the bushings are in. Let's move that out of the way. For the next side, I think we can set this in. Boy, that's so much tighter than it was. Guess after that many years. Dog's barking at somebody. She's barking at somebody coming through the gate. Okay, in another 50 years, these won't be in there, so I don't know, they might be. Yeah, these are significantly tighter than the ones I took out. There's not any wobble to these. Let's keep this clean. Okay, remember on the old bushings, I could move this around. I don't even have it tight, and I cannot move those around. So this is going to be significantly better. Good idea to change those things. Dog's bugging me. Dog wants something. The dog hears fireworks and wants to go in the house. Someone's doing some fireworks. All right, now that those are in there, I've got some. So the shims that were in there were 5 degrees. I did some measurements and came up with a 9-degree shim.
But someone doesn't sell a 9-degree shim, so I bought some 8-degree shims. We're gonna throw 8-degree shim. I did have to drill out the center. These are powder coated, but I did drill out the center because they need to be able to go, that bolt needs to be able to go into it. I've marked the top, so marked it with a piece of tape. So theoretically, we can line all this up and put that shim in. And the bolt should go through the shim into the spring perch, and all should work. Here, let me get you a closer look. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Got that bolt that I extended, and then I have this, and I measured it all, and that bolt will go through this shim and then go into the perch. So then we should be able to tighten some things up, but not until then. All right, well, that's on. Let's put these U-bolts on. Axle should be secured after I do this, on this side anyway. Okay, I kind of expected what I'm seeing. The bolts here are shorter than here because we got a big fat spacer in there. Shim. So that pulled the bolt all the way through. Let's take a look under there. Yes, it did. Almost flush to the bottom of the perch. So the bolt head's in there. Shim's in there. That's all tight. I'm gonna hit it one more time with this. This is set at number 2, which is like 200 foot-pounds torque, something like that. Okay, that maxed out there. That's maxed out. That's maxed out. That is now maxed out. So those are tight. Okay, so I haven't tightened these bushing bolts. I'm not going to. I want to get that done. And then I think I should be able to let this jack down. And this side should hold itself. Okay. That is down. Now I just got to rinse and repeat on the other side. Oh, the hardest part is getting those old bushings out. Yeah. How can I forget that? That was a bear. Work up a sweat when it's 102 trying to get those bushings out. All this for a few inches. Must be out of my mind. Didn't need all 3 of these lug nuts, but we got them anyway. Oh, this bolt's got a little wear too. A little bit of wear. Well, pretty good, but nothing like the other side. The other side was way worse. The close-up, can't see because it's dark out here. I'll show you this one a little bit better than I did the last one. So it's wore out right here. But this looks a lot better than the last one. We'll look at the bushings here in a second. Well, that leaf spring is officially out. Now, let's take it over here where we have some light. Let's take a look at these things. Okay, let's look at these bushings. These are a little wore out as well. These two. The holes wallowed out. Not so bad on this side, but still, I've got them. I got new ones. So I'm going to do exactly what I did on this other side. I'm going to drill these out, then hammer drill, or use the air hammer and get those out. Probably won't film that part since I've already captured that on the other part of the video.
It's a few days later, and I made some progress. Let's look. All right, I've been busy. I got this side pretty much done. I just need to put the tire on and then tighten a couple bolts. But leaf springs cleaned up, painted, frames wire wheeled on this outside, painted, and I think we're ready to put the tire on this one and then take it for a test drive. Now, one thing I noticed is as I lowered it, the driveline pushed in. I don't have much space left. Just a little bit of space left. So right here, man, ½ inch. So I'm gonna put the tire on, take it for a test drive, and see if I made it any worse. Let's do that. Okay, all 4 of those are tight. What else do we need to do before we can take it for a drive? U-bolts are tight. I zip tied the emergency brake cables. I think that's it. Let's go for a ride. I'm gonna put this camera on the back so we can see if there's any funny business going on. Here's what she looks like. It's starting to rain. I just pulled it out of the garage and it was bouncing in the back end. I don't know what that's about, but it kind of worries me. I have no shocks on. I took the shocks off, but I'm hoping the drive line's okay. Hoping it's all okay. Let's go find out. Might be a little bit of rain. Might be noisy. Well, she drives just fine, so I think I'm good to proceed. I'm going to get some shocks in, and then I'm going to tackle welding this frame up and boxing it in. More to come. Stay tuned.